Long ago, before the pyramids or the desert sands, there was only an endless, dark ocean called None, silent and still, until a mound of earth rose from the depths, and the first god, Atum, appeared to create the world. He was alone, so he created the air and the moisture, who in turn gave birth to the earth, god Geb, and the sky goddess Nut. But the sky and earth held each other so tightly that there was no room for life, forcing the air to push them apart and creating the space where we live. The sun god Ra became the first king on earth, ruling over humans and gods alike. But as Ra grew old and his bones turned to silver, humanity began to plot against him, mocking his age. Furious at their betrayal, Ra sent his eye in the form of the lioness goddess Sekhmet to punish them, and she began a slaughter so brutal that the fields ran with human blood. Ra, seeing the destruction, felt pity and decided to save the remaining humans by tricking the goddess. He ordered thousands of jars of beer to be dyed red with mineral dust to look like blood and poured them over the fields. Sekhmet, thinking it was blood, drank until she was drunk and fell asleep, waking up as a gentler goddess, and humanity was saved, though Ra decided he was too tired to rule on earth and ascended to the heavens on the back of the sky cow. The rule passed to Osiris, a wise and good king who taught humans agriculture, but his brother Seth was consumed by jealousy and plotted to seize the throne. Seth held a banquet and unveiled a beautiful chest, promising to give it to whoever fit inside perfectly. But it was a trap designed specifically for Osiris. When the king lay down inside, Seth and his conspirators nailed the lid shut and threw it into the Nile, drowning him. Not content with murder, Seth later found the body, chopped it into pieces, and scattered them across Egypt. Isis, the powerful magician and wife of Osiris, searched the land, gathering every piece of her husband to reassemble him, wrapping him in linen to create the very first mummy. She used her magic to revive him just long enough to conceive a son, Horus, before Osiris descended to become the king of the underworld. Horus was raised in secret amongst the marshlands to hide from his uncle, but when he came of age, he challenged Seth for the throne, leading to 80 years of violent conflict, where Seth tore out Horus, Si, and Horus crushed his uncle's power. The gods eventually ruled in favor of Horus, restoring order to the land while Seth was banished. However, for every ancient Egyptian, the ultimate story wasn't about the gods, but their own journey after death, where they had to travel through a terrifying underworld filled with demons and gates guarded by monsters to reach the Hall of Judgment. There, in the presence of Osiris, their heart was placed on a scale and weighed against a single feather representing truth and order. If the heart was heavy with bad deeds, it would be devoured by Amit, a monster that was part crocodile, part lion, and part hippo, resulting in total non-existence. But if the heart was light as the feather, the soul would be welcomed into the field of reeds to live in paradise forever. Even the gods were not safe from treachery, for long before Osiris reigned, his father Ra held a secret that gave him ultimate power, his true name hidden in his belly, so no magician could control him. Isis, the cleverest of all, hatched a plan to steal this power for her future lineage, taking the spittle that the aging Ra drooled upon the earth and molding it into a clay serpent which she hid on the path where the sun god walked. The serpent bit Ra, and the venom burned through his veins like fire, a pain the creator had never known because he had not created this beast. And while he writhed in agony, Isis refused to cure him until he surrendered his secret name, transferring his very essence to her and making her the most powerful magician in the universe. This magic was crucial later, during the 80-year legal battle between her son Horus and the usurper Seth, a conflict that went far beyond mere combat into bizarre contests of wits and humiliation. In one famous challenge, Seth demanded a race in boats made of stone, intending to use his brute strength to win, but he foolishly carved a mountaintop into a vessel that immediately sank to the bottom of the Nile, while Horus used his cunning to build a boat of cedar wood plastered with gypsum to look like stone, allowing him to float easily to victory. The rivalry became even more personal when Seth tried to humiliate Horus sexually to prove his dominance, but Horus caught his uncle's seed in his hand, and Isis, refusing to let her son be shamed, cut off the hand and threw it into the river, later spreading Horus's own seed upon the lettuce in Seth's garden. When Seth ate the lettuce and later boasted to the council of gods that he had dominated his nephew Thoth, commanded the seed to speak, and it answered from inside Seth as a golden disc, proving that it was actually Seth who had been dominated. Despite his villainy on Earth, Seth was not destroyed, but given a place in the sky to thunder, and he was given the crucial task of standing at the prow of Ra's solar barge every night to battle Apophis, a chaotic serpent over 100 feet long that tried to swallow the sun, ensuring that even the god of chaos played a role in the rising of the new day.